We are explorers of the truth. We are explorers of this world. And I believe people have forgotten that, and people don't realize how important it is to be an explorer of the truth. Um, if we explore the truth, we are better able to explore ourselves and to get to the goal that we need to get in this life, and to have an understanding of who we truly are and what we're truly meant to do here, and where we go after this life, and uh, what's, who we're surrounded by, and the kind of world we really live in, which is not all scary. It's not even mostly scary because the truth is enlightening. So we must accept the truth in order to get past the point of fear or negativity. Like, people think that certain things are negative here, like whatever conspiracies and all that. They think it's negative, but many of us see it as simply as the truth. And the truth is freeing. Knowledge is freeing. So when you understand something, you're better able to figure out how to solve it, or how to, you know, keep yourself safe from it, right? All that stuff, and to learn about yourself because of it, and learn about the world, and learn about, the spirit world. So the truth is extremely important. We are explorers here, um, explorers of, the world back then, when, they would sail around the world or whatever, and explore. They were looking for truth. They were looking for knowledge of where they were living. Now we have to find knowledge of what our spirits are and where we're living in this universe, right? That's what a lot of people want. But if you don't search for the whole truth, then you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it, and you're not going to be on the path to finding it. I mean, you might be on a decent path, but you have to open yourself up to the whole truth if you want to be on the full path, right? If you want to really be led to divinity and to truth, to your true spiritual self, to God, whatever it is, you have to be open to the whole truth. We can't avoid it. We can't be scared of it or scared of learning about it. It's not a scary thing. It's a very enlightening thing. It just seems scary because it is negative sometimes. But just because it's negative, it doesn't mean we should avoid it. It means that we have to face it. It's a challenge for us, just like anything is a challenge, right? On a small scale, you could say, you have like a little disagreement with someone, you have to face it. You have to confront it if you want to learn about yourself, if you want to continue the relationship with that person, etc., right? So it's the same thing on a bigger scale. If you look at it like that, if you look at negativity in the world, things that are scary to some, these are things that we need to face in order to understand ourselves and the world we're living in. Period. There's nothing else to it. You need to face the truth. And if you can't hear truth in that you need to face the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you can't hear truth in that, then you might be hearing your ego a little too much, because you need to hear truth in that. Does this sound truthful? That you need to face all of the truth of the world, all of it. And why not? Does that sound truthful? I mean, to me, it sounds truthful, because why? Because you say truth and I say, give it to me. I say, I want it all. Why not? It's the truth. The truth is enlightening. The truth brings you to more truth. And what do we want out of ourselves? We want the truth. What do we want about the world? We want the truth. What do we want to know about our spiritual world? We want the truth, don't we? then you must face the truth all across uh, all the departments. You need to have it all. So to be a good researcher, you need to be well, versed in all things, right? So if you want to be very knowledgeable about all things, you need to be a good researcher and you need to look for the truth in all things, no matter how scary. That's that's all there is. I mean, you need to face it. And you will realize when you do face it, you'll realize it is not scary. It might only be scary at first, but if you feel that it's scary, it means you have to face it. So you feel an emotion, right? And you're like, ooh, I don't like that. Or I feel this is giving me stress or anxiety. It's giving me a feeling of sadness or depression. Guess what? That means you have to face it. You have to face it. You have to learn about it in order to solve it or to alleviate, those symptoms. It's like a condition. It's like an illness. What are you going to do? You have to treat it. You have to learn about it. If you don't ever learn that, like if you're repeatedly, I don't know, you have symptoms of like being a diabetic or whatever, diabetes, right? You have symptoms of that. And you just keep ignoring it. You don't look into it. You don't explore it. Like you're like, oh, this, whatever, I don't care, or I don't know, it might be this, it might be that, it's fine. But you don't ever fully explore it, you're never going to learn about the condition you have and what you need to do in order to treat it and to feel better. It's really the same thing. It's an illness. It can be a flu. You need to learn about it. The truth is enlightening, but you need to explore it fully. You cannot avoid it. It's like a picture I have on Facebook that says, warning, it says, plugging your ears won't change the truth. And I feel it's so true about most people today. And when I say most, I mean most. Like it's really like there's a small percentage of people. Well, it's growing. It's really growing, but there is still a small percentage of people that really want the whole truth and that don't plug their ears. And there's small to medium percentage of people um who who look for the truth, but they're still lacking a little bit in looking for it fully because they're scared of something, they're avoiding something. Something makes them uncomfortable, but that's where you need to confront it to get to the next stage, which is acceptance, right? We accept, then we move forward, and you move up and up and up. So you don't avoid, you deal with it, you learn from it, and then you accept it for whatever it is. Then you do that with the next one, and you're moving up and up with your knowledge and with your own self. I mean, this is just all there is. It's the truth. And we're explorers of the truth here. That's what our spirits want here. We're not here to enjoy, superficial things or whatever. We're here to learn about ourselves spiritually. It's a test. It's all a test. And most people are failing at it. But I don't want to be negative. I mean, there is so much hope. There are so many people waking up, so many people talking about what's really going on and what the truth is, and they're moving up and up and up because they're accepting, they're dealing, they're confronting, they're accepting, and then they're moving up. They're accepting the challenge placed in front of them to not be scared and to not avoid it, but to confront it. And when they do that, they become less afraid or less avoiding. And you know what? I will tell you, I'm pretty high up there with the fearless. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm saying I have I have worked my way up there. And I will tell you, things are not scary. And I'm dealing with some pretty heavy things, in the world. Like, I'm looking at some pretty heavy things that are happening and that we're a part of and that we have to deal with or that we have to learn about. And I'm not afraid. I'm enlightened. I'm accepting and I'm confronting it and I am learning what I need to, so I can better prepare myself, better protect myself, and better help others and better protect them. So if you want to do that for yourself, you want to learn about who you truly are. You want to learn about even who you are physically here and who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to physically do. And if you want to help others and if you want to learn how to protect others and just help the world, right? Because we want to help the world. You need to confront the truth. You need to. It's imperative. Otherwise, you are missing too much information, too much knowledge that is going to keep you from fully helping people. And actually, it can further deceive them if you're teaching them the wrong things or helping them the wrong way because of the things that you've learned that might be deceiving. And there are a lot of deceptions out there, I'm telling you. So, anyways, I guess it all kind of reminds me of Moana, the movie, and at some point she's just like she's figuring out that they used to be voyagers where they're stuck on this island right now and nobody goes on the water because they're afraid. They're afraid of the water because of something that happened in the past. And hello, that's every one of us, right? We're afraid because of something that has happened in our past. That's why we avoid certain things, because we're like, we don't want that to happen again. That was a terrible time, or that was a terrible thing that led to terrible things, right? Terrible events. But we can't work with fear in that way. We have to confront. It's so important to confront your emotions, confront yourself, confront your fears, face them. And anyways, so they're like, we're so afraid of the water because of that, those people that died and all that. And then at one point she's trying to get out of this whole thing of like, we're afraid of the water, because she loves the water. And at some point, she's like, we were voyagers. Like, that's who we used to be, and we've forgotten who we are. And we are the same. We are explorers. We're voyagers in this world. We're spiritual voyagers in this physical world, in this spiritual world. And we've forgotten who we are. We are truth seekers. We are voyagers. We are explorers. And we need to learn about ourselves in order to get back home and to get back home intact, right? And in one piece. Like, we have to learn about ourselves in order to learn about where we need to go and what we need to do in this physical life that will protect us after this life. It's very important. And it's not religious. Believe me, I've connected so many of these dots. It is not religious. It's full of evidence, full of it, like to the brim. I mean, countless pieces of evidence out there that will lead you back to this. It's a spiritual world, and we need to learn about ourselves spiritually. And your spirit, if you could hear it, would probably say, listen to the truth and confront the truth. That's probably what your spirit would tell you. Confront all of the truth, and that will give you the most enlightenment, and you will be connected to whatever and whomever. I would say whomever, but you can't connect to whoever, but you can connect to God. You can connect to yourself. You can connect to heaven. You can connect to the spiritual world, whatever it is you want to connect to. But don't fall for this whole positivity is everything, no fear, no negativity. It is a deception. I assure you, with everything I have, I've been in the New Age practice. I've been there for years, and I will tell you, it's a deception. It's meant to keep you from feeling negative things, but we have to feel those and then confront them in order to put them aside and to then say, I'm okay. I accept this and I move forward now. And I have learned from this. I have taken it on board. And now I'm better armed. I'm better, I feel more protected. I have thicker skin. And I'm built now. I'm emotionally built. I am spiritually built to deal with more things and to confront more truth. And eventually, you don't even get scared anymore because it is simply the truth and it's simply enlightening. And it's all extremely beautiful. We have to confront the truth. That's all I need to say. That's all I want to say. And that's all I hope that you can understand. The truth is the most important thing, no matter how hard it is to confront. It needs to be done. And then it gets better and better and better. And it is not scary. I can't even remember when I was scared last. Really. And I mean, I've been studying crazy things for years and I can't remember. I can't remember when I was scared last, because the truth is just enlightening and it gets you further in knowledge. So I really hope that you accept the truth in your life, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I'll talk to you guys later.